Hi, my friends. It's another week. It's another time for these friends to come out. What do you need to know? I need to know. We need to know to step into the fullest knowing of who we are at this time and place. This is a reading for a week beginning August 8th, Friday, August 8th. Some people have the story that that's Lionsgate. I don't know much about what's real and what isn't. I'm only interested in what's love and what isn't. And so, if everything was love, how could this story called Lionsgate be in service? This open hearted portal in the sign of Leo, supported by the sun, the majestic lion. Let's see what the cards have to say. And I'm going to take my time. Let's take the time to get into the energies. What I've noticed about these cards, like everything else, is they're a reflection of the consciousness of the person doing the reading. And they may also be a reflection of your consciousness. So if you're coming from the place of terrible things are going to happen, there are problems in the world, I invite you to sit for a while with your beautiful self anywhere that you're suffering. Is it possible to see another choice? Is it possible to see peace instead of this? And so for me, I want to bring the highest consciousness I have available to this reading, to these cards, to this moment. And it's an ongoing prayer. May I show up as the full expression of who I came here to be. Not this sweet little personality who still cares what people think, who worries about the future. Gosh, she's so sweet. I really understand her so well. But the part that just knows that I'm living in a steady stream of grace and that all is well. So let's take a moment just to connect to our beautiful selves. If it serves you to close your eyes in this moment in time, to connect to the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. What if every in-breath and out-breath is here to serve me as much as everything else? And inviting your body, your mind, your emotions, all of your experience to drop into this present moment. And even that, oops, in the past, oops, in the past. And every breath coming back to now, 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 now. Perhaps noticing the safety of this now moment. And is it possible, if you were to drop every idea about past and future, for you to come into a felt experience of peace, just in this now moment? Whatever you think about your problems, you can have them back, but you've given yourself this time to be here with me, to be here with these cards, to be here with your highest knowing. And I noticed that my receptivity is directly related to how open my heart is. Am I willing to connect to this infinite love inside me? The peace that passeth all understanding. There's what's going on in the world. There's my human challenges. It can be really significant. And then there's the peace of this now moment. And inviting you as I begin to pull these cards out, reminding you to never believe a word that I say, not even one. I don't believe a word that I say. But I filter everything that comes into my field through the knowing of my own heart. Does it resonate as truth? Does it resonate as peace? Or is there some confusion, some anger, somewhere I'm giving, some fear, somewhere I'm giving my power away? In that case, I put it aside to see what I'm thinking and believing that would keep me from understanding my own truths, regardless of what the world tells me, what Instagram tells me. Everyone has an opinion. So bringing in the intention that whatever you receive today, I invite you to receive it with an open mind and then filter it through the knowing of your own heart. Is it for you? And to take what serves you and to release the rest. So today I want to pull forward a chakra reading / activation. I've been really enjoying using these cards, not just to point to what I need to know. The mind gets involved in that, but what's really going to clear this channel of communication that I am? What's going to strengthen me and embody my highest way of being on this planet at this time? How can I really be empowered to create in the ways I want to create, to love in the ways I want to love? Show me. Show me spirit, show me source, show me God, however you see that one power. What if everything was here to reflect back to me where I am in my soul's journey? And what if everything was here to support me? So I'm going to give the cards a shuffle. I'm holding that collective intention for truth in this lighthearted field. I'm going to cut the deck. And this first card that I'm going to pull is for the root chakra. So imagining your feet being connected to the earth. Let's start by connecting to our earth experience, being grateful for that earth experience, being grateful for the grounded support that goes so unnoticed. For me, so much of the time, gosh, I am so supported by this chair and my feet on the earth. And then coming into your root, we're looking at safety, security. So in that position, what is it that I need to see? What healing, what activation is available for me in that position? And so for the first card, I have drawn the 10 of Wands. And if I were going to put a one word on this card, it would be burden. Where is it that we collectively, do we feel burdened by what it is we think we need to do to be safe, to be housed, to be fed? This is primal stuff in the root chakra, survival stuff. And this card says to me, what if we're working it harder than we need to? What if we're more taken care of than we need to? We're moving up. We're going to be moving up into the sacral chakra. That's the space of creativity. If I am burned out and burdened just by getting by, how am I going to create and love in the ways that I prefer? And where is it possible for me to drop this burden? What thinking might come up that would have me not even being able to see in front of me? I don't have what I need. I need to hustle to be safe. I need to know what I'm doing. What would it be like if this individual were able to drop what's in front of his face and just take the next step and just take the next step? He's on his way towards what he desires. This says to me, what am I making more difficult than I really need to? Where is my thinking getting in the way of noticing my safety in this now moment? So connecting to that wisdom transmission, connecting to how that feels and moves in the root chakra. And then imagining this light moving up from the root chakra into the second chakra, the sacral chakra, the womb space, the space of creation, that fertile field from which all creation comes forward. What do I need to know there? What do we need to know? Here we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is a card of giving and receiving. We have here a wealthy individual. He's got a set of scales in his hands. He has found these people in front of him who are in need. He isn't judging them as, are they worthy enough to receive? He's decided that they are. Where are you worthy of receiving? Where are you more worthy than you think, regardless of your situation in life? I have to say, when I look at these cards, I think about the phase that I've just come out of about a year ago called being homeless. I really had to test this out. I really had to test, could I be safe even if I didn't know where my next living situation was? And could I receive help even if I thought that I should be doing better than I was? Where in your life could you be more open to receiving? Some of those spiritual texts say that giving and receiving is the same. I've found that to be my experience. And where would it be more in service to you to be humble enough to say, oh, I need to do it my way. I need to do it alone. I'm not a taker, and to receive help. And maybe you're in the position of abundance. Maybe you're in the position now where you can help. How many of us who have more now can remember that time when it felt so humbling? The gift of being able to help. Is there someone in your field that you admire for their passion and their creation and what they want to bring forward in that world that needs a little help? So noticing this activation about the power of giving and receiving when it comes to what wants to be created through us. And then moving that energy up to the solar plexus, the power center. What do I need to know that's going to further expand my empowerment, that's going to open that center of empowerment? And here we have the King of Pentacles. So let's just first start by connecting to the King of Pentacles, connecting to this energy. Grounded, abundant, stable, supportive, well-resourced. You know, if you've got lots of money in the bank, you might think that would be enough. But that well-resourced money is only one of the ways that it shows up. Where are you better resourced than you think? I know that for me, my best resource is my connection to that higher knowing, to that place that trusts how I'm moved, regardless of what I think. That's how I am empowered, and that's how I'm moved towards what's valuable to me. And that's how I become grounded in the creation of what I value. So calling in that divine masculine sense of value and purpose in that center of empowerment. You know, I used to think I don't have what I need to be successful. I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, I don't have the looks, I don't have. It was one of my favorite songs is I don't have. And what it did was point me to the immense inner resources that I have. I have immense inner resources. And what if you do too? So moving that energy now up from that center of empowerment into the heart space. And first, just connecting there. I find that in this new age that we're coming into, there's a grounding that comes with my feet on the ground, with being fully embodied in my earth experience, but there's an actual sense of grounded that comes from the decision to live from unconditional love. No matter what the outside looks like, that becomes a new safe space. Some people might say that that's the transition from 3D to 5D, where the ground that we walk on, so to speak, is unconditional love. Given how these hearts are being called to operate in these turbulent times and these shift from a material-based world of separation into a oneness-based world of love, what do I need to know to help me that way? Eight of Wands. What if what I desire is already well on its way? These 8 wands, there is growth on them. There's a sense of action in them. Wands are passion. This is in the heart space. And I was talking about heaven on earth, unconditional love, 5D, Christ consciousness. Pick your favorite word. This is what I value most. This is what inspires me. And this card says, notice that it is already happening. This age of Aquarius, it's underway. The paradigms are shifting. Can your heart continue to shift with it? Can you be devoted and empowered by what you value and just come along for the ride? There's a lot of excitement in this card. Can you connect to the energy of the 8 of Wands in the heart space? How does that feel? It feels so alive to me. Just feeling grateful for what we've seen so far. And then now moving this energy up into the throat. Divine expression. Where can we not just express our hearts, but express what wants to come through us? We're all channels. When we move our thinking mind out of the way and just open our heart and open our crown and allow the words to come, what comes is in service to this awakening heart. So, ooh. In the throat space, I see the Hermit. He's connecting to his truths before he speaks it. The prayer here would be to please, divine source that I am, to give me the stillness and space to connect to my highest light so that I can be informed and in service of what I value most. If I were truly trusting this sequence, I would take the time with my beautiful self to connect and then see what honestly wants to move forward through my voice. But can I connect to my own inner star before I speak? So can you feel that activation so far? This light that's moving up the body, moving that energy from the throat up to the third eye and the brain centers. This connection to our inner seeing, our intuitive knowing. What do we need to see? Ace of Pentacles. What if my best ideas come from my willingness to get still so that I can connect to what I value most? And this is the ace. This is the pure essence of that energy. This is something new. There's that beautiful flowered gate in the background. We've got the old ways of doing it. We've got the old stories of lack. And perhaps with an open heart and a commitment to stillness, we can find value just with what's getting created inside. Have you ever had a really amazing idea come forward and you don't know where it came from? It just happened. It came through stillness and it came through you. There was no doing in it. But taking a moment just to close your eyes, and can you even see that pentacle in your third eye? I do. I like seeing it there. I like seeing it shining like a beacon. Bring it. Bring that abundance that comes from the pure essence of my inner knowing. And finally, let's do one for the crown. Our connection to source, our connection to the mystery of all life before it comes into the world of form. How can we be even more connected at this time? We have here the Emperor, really the essence of the divine masculine. One of the aspects of the Emperor is the King of Pentacles. But he really embodies the emotions, the spiritual, the fire, the air. He is strong and capable. Now, he's still a warrior. He's got his suit of armor on under there. He's wearing this red suit of the earthly plane. He's got that crown that shows he's connected, and he's solidly on his throne. Now, I've been learning a lot about the healthy masculine. I had some really unhealthy ideas about masculinity and men, and boy, did that get played out in my field. And these days, I'm blessed to see a lot of healthy men in my field and my own healthy masculine. And one of my experiences of the healthy masculine is that he really truly lives as how can I help? That's what fills him up. That's his purpose. How can he help? This solid emperor on his throne, he is solid in the knowing of who he is, and he's here to help. What structures do you wish to come forward in your life to support what you value most? What insights, what support? Can you connect to this healthy masculine? But in this case, I'm getting that the connection to source is by connection to the father aspect, the provider, the structure, the support, the action. This guy, when I can connect to source, he's going to inform me on how I can create and then come into action, action of the heart. So those are the 7. Just taking a moment to feel that channel of light completely open. And I'm going to see what's on the bottom of the deck. What's one card that's just going to wrap this whole reading up with a pretty little bow? 6 of Cups. What's interesting that we've got those 2 sixes. They're both about handing something over. They're about giving. And this 6 of Cups, the word for there might be a nostalgia for sweeter times. Innocence, purity. That older child is giving the younger child a flower. There's this sense of love. There's this sense of community. What if actually by going through this sequence, we are heading towards a simpler time, a sweeter time, a time that's about connection? So I'm Andrea Cassola. I'm from Friendly Universe Tarot, and thanks for being with me.